Today's episode of The Mom Game is brought to you by our friends at Gateway Buick GMC at LBJ and Jupiter. I know that buying a car can be stressful, but not at Gateway, because their slogan is Gateway's got it. And just what does that mean? Well, it means Gateway's got a wide selection of new Buicks, GMCs, and GM certified used vehicles, all competitively priced. Gateway's got it. In these busy times, you want a car dealer who makes things easy and convenient. Well, guess what? Gateway's got it. When you log on to gatewaybuickgmc.com, look for the Shop, Click, Drive button. This allows you to shop from the comfort of your home, and who doesn't want that? In fact, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1, select your vehicle. 2, create your offer. 3, schedule your delivery. And on top of all this, Gateway Buick GMC offers complimentary car washes for life. So when you want a dealer who has it all, Gateway's got it. You can find them online at gatewaybuickgmc.com or shop in person at LBJ and Jupiter. GMC, we are professional grade. Experience the new Buick. And welcome to episode 143 of The Mom Game, a very special book club edition of The Mom Game. Don't get any ideas. This is a one-time book club thing. Yeah. It's really not a club. It's really not a lot of reading, but we're going to tell you about some books.
We're going to tell you about some books.
We're going to talk to an author, a real-life author. And we're going to tell you about our one-week book club.
We heard about Oprah's book club. We heard about Reese Witherspoon's book club, and they were very successful and created a huge following because people wanted to be a part of the book club. So we're having a book club.
Yeah.
It's just today.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything but listen to our show.
Yes. And you'll be a part of our book club.
Yes.
It was funny because my girlfriends were texting the other day about some new book that was out or something, like a great read. And there's like, oh, I can't wait to read that. Can I have it after you? And I can't wait. And I was like, oh, I can't wait to pretend like I'm going to read this book and then to not read it because I don't really read.
No.
I
wish I could.
I know. I did start the Dirk book. I read on vacation. But that's really about the only time. So anyway, welcome to our book club.
This is our book club edition of The Mom Game.
Yes.
And we have something super exciting coming up on Friday with one of our new sponsors, and I'll tell you about them, and then we can talk about that. Okay. Panther City Lacrosse in Fort Worth is a new sporting event here in town. If you're like us, you're sportsy, you've got kids, you're looking for things to do with those kids, Panther City Lacrosse is where it's at. Their home opener is this Friday. And I know we're going to be posting some links on all of our social accounts because we have tickets for you guys to go see Panther City Lacrosse. And Emily and I are going to be there.
Yes, we're going to be live on location.
Live and local Mom Game. I know it's kind of a big deal. So the home opener is on December 9th. Tickets start at $25 or for this particular game, we can help you get your tickets. Stay tuned to our social channels. If you want to go find out more, if you want to look at tickets for a different game, you go to panthercitylax.com. And I think I was talking to my husband, Kelly, about it. He's from Canada. Lacrosse is very big there. He played lacrosse and he's excited to bring the kids out. I'm excited to introduce Ryder and Anna to the sport of lacrosse. And it's just a really fun, family-friendly event that you can go to, and you don't have to spend like $300 like you would to go to a Cowboy game or a Mavs game and deal with parking and all of that. So we're super excited to be working with them here on the Mom Game. Hopefully we'll work with them for a while. December 9th, that home opener. They also have games, an upcoming game on December 17th at 7 o'clock, and then they'll pause because everything's so busy in those couple of weeks at the end of this month, and then in the new year, they will have plenty more games.
Come out and see us Friday at Dickies Arena in Fort Worth. We will be live on location. It should be super, super fun.
Yeah.
Okay, what's been going on?
Not much. I mean, just the usual work and life, and trying to figure out my biggest challenge now is when you wake up at 5:20, like navigating the rest of the day. Yeah. And do you nap? Do you not nap? I don't know about you, but sometimes naps make me feel worse.
Oh my gosh. They wipe me out.
Yeah. But then,
I'm not a napper.
But then you're like, at the same time, you feel like you need a nap. So it's kind of a struggle. But no, other than that, everything has been good. My family's seen a lot of Santas lately.
Oh my gosh. So many Santas.
4 Santa events in a row.
Are they questioning it all? legitimacy of any Santas?
They don't question the legitimacy of the Santas, but they do ask, like, how, like, are these the real Santa? You know,
Yeah.
or like, why, how
What do you
is he
say?
everywhere? Yesterday was our final one of the 4. And Anna was like, where's the sleigh? When we pulled up, and I was like, good question. So yeah, navigating all that is a little
What do you tell
challenging
them when they say, is this the real Santa?
We say that a lot of the times around the new year, like Santa, or around the holiday, Santa has helpers. And
Yeah.
so these are like a lot of Santa's helpers. I don't know why his helpers need to like dress up exactly like him, but they do. So that's it. And then we say that if the Santa that you see when you tell them what you want for Christmas, they relay that to the real Santa. And you know, no one's questioned it. They just get excited. It's cute though.
It's all good strategy.
They know it's not like the real Santa, but then they still act like it's the real Santa, and it's just precious. Like they get so excited, they like get kind of nervous, and they sit and talk to the real Santa about what they want and if they've been good and all of that. So I think I'm overdoing it. I tend to overdo it at Christmas time, and this year the way it lined up, it was like back to back to back to back Santa events. Now I think we're done. Like we have no more.
So many Santas.
Until Christmas. What I was telling some other moms was like, I think that a lot of people are trying not to plan things like too close to Christmas, just like Panther City Lacrosse. It's like you kind of leave the week before and the week before that open. And so like all of the Santa events fell early on in the month. And now we're just going to be like, you know, cruise control.
Just
the rest
coast
of the
on
time.
in.
Yeah. So that's what's been going on in my world, trying to figure out if I should nap or not, and going to see Santa a lot.
That sounds like a very full life.
It's a pretty good
lately.
summary. Yeah.
Pretty good summary.
Pretty
good.
How about that?
Pretty good little synopsis
I don't
there.
know. Yeah, I know. What about you? What's new in your world?
Yeah, nothing. Just I'm patchless with my eye surgery. My eye still hurts like hell, though. It's like sore.
Oh.
And I was awake for the whole thing, which is really creepy.
Mm-hmm.
And your head's taped down to a table, and
So you can't move it?
you can't. No. Well, I mean, you don't want to fuck with that.
Well, I know.
Like,
That's what I'm saying. That's why they tape you down
Yes.
so you can't move it.
Right.
Because that would almost like, yeah.
it would be
like
catastrophic,
claustrophobic,
I would
yeah.
assume. So I wasn't really nervous going in, but it did kind of weird me out because I didn't know what the like anesthesia protocol was.
Yeah.
And basically they just shot me up with some fentanyl. And so I was just kind of loose, but I knew everything that was going on. I could feel things being inserted into my eyeball. And it was like, this is not
like you
okay.
could feel that it was being inserted. But didn't, like, hurt.
It's weird. It's just a creepy feeling. Then I got done and I did have to wear a patch for a while. The doctor called to check on me a few hours after the surgery. And I was like, can I please take this patch off? He's like, you just got to be careful. And I was like, I'll be so careful. But it was making me crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm fine.
taped
It's
on?
better. It's still really sore. Like it's, they're jacking around with my eye in there.
Oh, eye stuff makes me
It's
so
really
nervy.
cringy.
Yeah. Really cringy. So they were getting rid of the red, like a...
It's called a tergium or something like that. With a silent P, patergium.
Okay.
It's a thing, and now it's removed, and they put a graft on where they cut my eye out, and then anyway, and then it's all like red everywhere. But it's fine.
Well, I'm sorry you're sore on your eye.
It's okay. It's kind of weird to have a sore eye.
Yeah.
I feel like
Have
my
you cried
eyeball
lately? I'm just wondering if it hurts if you cry.
I haven't cried since our interview with John Daniels.
That's good. That's a good streak.
Yeah. So I'm tear free. I haven't cried in a week. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll run into a wall or something and start crying and let you know how it goes.
I don't think I've cried in a week either.
Have you not?
Cheers.
Good. Oh yeah, we're not even drinking. What's wrong with us?
I don't know. I'm gonna cry.
Water. Now I'm gonna cry.
Now I'm gonna
We're
cry.
gonna get our wine.
Yes. Speaking of things going on soon, though.
Yes.
This Friday, I'm hosting a little Botox event with our friend Melanie Cobb.
Oh, is Kavanaugh going to get it?
Yes, Jeff Kavanaugh. If you watched our show a couple of weeks ago, he's my new co-host on the Speakeasy. He said he wanted Botox. So I said, I've got a girl. And I feel really good recommending this girl to my friends. This is Melanie Cobb we're talking about. She owns Divalore Medical Wellness. It is... I basically call her like a skin concierge because you can just book a free consultation with her listeners of the Mom Game. Just go to the website, divaloremedicalwellness.com/the Mom Game. And it has a special landing page. This is going to be a bad show. I'm tired.
We need to talk about
a good show, but bad for my words. She has a special landing page. And if you go there, you can book a free consultation. So you just got to call her. You book this consultation and tell her what's going on. I actually sent her a selfie today and I said, Melanie, I am very tired looking. I have a very tired face. And she said, okay, we're going to brighten you up. So you just kind of tell her what you need and she can do it. And she does Botox, Dysport, all of the really good stuff, chemical peels, microneedling, natural hair restoration if you're looking for that, dermal fillers, Botox, Dysport, Sculptra, Cabela, which is the fat below your chin. All of the things. And she's awesome. She's our friend. She's a mom. She works really hard and we love supporting fellow moms that work really hard. And we believe in what she's doing. Di valore means worth in Italian. Show your worth. That's why she decided to start her own thing. And that's why we feel really good about supporting her. So yeah, Friday, Jeff's coming over. One of my neighbors is coming over, maybe more. We'll see. And we're going to have a little Botox party.
So fun.
/ facial / whatever people want.
Yeah. You're going to need to document all this.
Yeah.
I need to see Kavanaugh getting Botox.
He's really excited.
Is he not nervous? Because it's kind of like, speaking of like getting your eye poked out.
Yeah.
Like somebody sticking a needle in your forehead is also very unstable.
I know.
But so worth it.
So worth it.
Yeah.
I was really nervous the first time I did it, but now it's fine.
Oh, I'm like, I don't care.
He's trying to figure out about the crow's feet.
Yeah.
And that's only something I've done once or twice.
Yeah. I've started doing it just a little bit.
Yeah.
On my crow's feet.
Yeah. And I'm noticing my smile lines even more, which means I'm smiling a lot. Which is good.
Yeah.
But that's one thing I'm going to talk to her about. So I am, and you are, and she is, I feel like all about light, just keeping it light. Don't do too much. Right. Don't go overboard.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Obviously we're all getting older.
That'll be fun.
There's no way around it, but just to make you feel a little bit better about your face. And
that'll be fun.
Yeah. It should be fun.
I need documentation.
It'll happen.
Okay. So sportsy stuff, sports. Stars are freaking killing it.
Yeah.
Mavs are schizophrenic and kind of maybe just not very good. The Cowboys seem to be rolling a bit.
Yeah.
Giant ass win. And then the Rangers signed Jacob deGrom.
Oh my gosh. Where do we even start? Let's start with that. Let's start with Jacob deGrom because I haven't heard your thoughts on it.
Super stoked.
Friday night.
Obviously, super stoked. I just hope he can stay healthy. You know, he's 34, I believe. Yeah. And he just, that's the only knock on him. I mean, he's effing phenomenal. So I'm really, really excited. I mean, it's like, you can't spend money like you did on Corey Seager and Marcus Semien and, and then not have some pitching to go with it. Like you have to make yourself a more complete team and, give the front office credit and the ownership group credit that they ponied up the money and, to go get who might be the best pitcher in baseball when he's healthy. So I'm anxious.
You have to think they've vetted the whole healthy thing pretty well, right?
Yeah, and it's not. But there's some of those things you
happen.
can't. In some of those things you just can't predict. Like John Gray is a really good pitcher, but he couldn't stay healthy last year. Yeah. He couldn't stay on the field, and so that presents an issue. And there are certain things like that you can't forecast, and so it's like you just can't forecast it. And so you got to take a chance. And so that's what they did. And I'm super, super, super excited about it. And I can't wait to see what else they're going to do.
I know. Well, I'm just like, as of today, it says they're still very much rumored to be in on Carlos Rodon. Which would be a pretty amazing 1-2 punch on your rotation, right?
I'll take it.
Yeah. So, just the fact that they're even in on these conversations still has to tell you that they're likely looking to do more, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Cowboys. I feel like Cowboys just get so dissected 6 ways to Sunday.
They do.
But they're great.
They're doing really well. I think the basics.
It's easy when you play the Colts.
But sometimes
put up 50 points and the defense is playing. Just
the defense
forcing
is
turnovers and
playing crazy. But that game was like so close.
It was a 2-point game
going into halftime.
And even into the fourth quarter, wasn't it?
The fourth quarter. Yes, you're right. The fourth quarter was
like 21-19.
33 points.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
In the fourth quarter. So that's the kind of win, though. Like, you'd much rather see something like that. Like, that's the kind of thing they can take into the next game because they're feeling so good.
Yeah. And you know what else is pissing me off is the fact that Philadelphia will not effing lose.
I know.
What's up with the Eagles? Like, I mean, they're just good. Like, I thought this is a fluke. There's no way this is going to hold up. And then they just keep winning. Jalen Hurts is effing amazing.
He's good.
He's so good.
And I like him.
He's super handsome.
He is handsome.
He seems like a really
Sooner,
nice guy.
So, like, my husband's a Sooner. So Kelly and Ryder like him. But I just think any time you've got a quarterback that runs the ball like he does, like he's being compared to like breaking like some of Michael Vick's records. And those kind of quarterbacks I did too.
I loved watching Michael Vick
So
play.
did I.
I loved
That's
watching
why
Michael
I should
Vick play.
watch more Eagles games. But then I'm like, oh, I don't want to watch Eagles games. But
I know.
it's hard because I want to hate them, but I think I do like him. And it's pretty impressive what he's doing.
Which, by the way, Michael Vick got totally effed. I mean, I don't... Dogfighting is
Michael Vick. I mean, here we go.
Dogfighting is awful. Mm-hmm. It's terrible. Mm-hmm. It's not good. But that's what the NFL chose to make an example of the dogfighting guy. Mm-hmm. And then, but we've given,
I know.
Deshaun Watson, the biggest effing contract in the history of football. And he's like
creepy,
doing it all weird stuff with,
stuff.
Yeah, I mean, but that's it. That's the dog. I mean, again, I'm totally against dog fighting. It's bad. It's terrible. It's gross. It's disgusting. It's illegal. It's bad. Mm-hmm. But is it? Come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, let's get our shit straight here. I don't know. Sorry.
I know. And that was a while back.
It was so long ago. But I mean, I just
it's an always evolving league to where I feel like they can't figure their shit out and they never will.
Oh, that's sexual assault's cool. That's awesome.
Right.
Like,
the Deshaun Watson thing is disgusting.
So grody.
So disgusting. But yeah, no, the Cowboys are playing really well right now.
They're fun to watch.
Yeah, they're 9-3.
When do they play this week?
They play Sunday against Houston. Timing, I'm not sure. It's got to be
surely not a noon
that's not
or
3. Yeah, 3:25.
I bet it's a noon.
But yeah, that should be an easy win against Houston. And yeah, it's the Eagles that are ahead of them right now. The Eagles 11-1, Dallas 9-3. So it'll just be interesting to see how the rest of the season plays out and who the Cowboys are going to face in the first round. I think they have to get to they have to win that game for it to be even the season even looked at like a success at all. They have to get through that first round. So
okay, Stars are on fire.
Yeah, the Stars are doing really well. Jason Robertson.
Oh my gosh. We got to get him on the show.
I would love that. And you know what? He probably would because he's so sweet and nice. Like I've been trying to get freaking Jamie Benn on our show since we started and he keeps saying no. So screw him. I feel like Jason Robertson.
You hear that, Jamie Benn? Yeah. Julie said, screw you. She wants Jason Robertson.
That's right. He's scoring more goals.
Oh.
Jamie is playing really well right now, though. So I'm happy to see that. And I do love Jamie Benn. But Jason's just not jaded at all yet from media and life and the league. And he's not old and tired.
All right,
like,
let's get him on
to do
fresh.
a podcast. I don't know what we're going to talk about. Like, who gives a shit what we're going to talk about? Just come sit here and let's have fun.
Let's do it.
So yeah, no, I'll work on that. But he's the top goal scorer in the NHL right now. Above, like, he's got one more goal than Connor McDavid. I mean, he is something I feel like the Dallas Stars haven't seen in a long time. If he keeps this pace up, he's going to score like 80 goals in a season.
So awesome.
Which is insane.
And they're so fun to watch, too.
And they're fun to watch.
They score so many goals.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
It is fun. And we've been trying to figure this out for a while, how to get to this point. And it's really fun. I feel like Jamie Benn has new life. Tyler Seguin has new life. You've got Joe Pavelski continues to perform at a high level for his age. And Rope Hintz, they just gave him a giant new contract because he continues to be what they hoped he would be and more. So it's really cool. There's a lot of offensive firepower this year, and then the defense is doing what they need to do, protecting their end, but also getting in on the offense as well and adding to that firepower. So
how's Pete DeBoer?
It's pretty fun. He's good. I don't know him very well at all. He's very matter of fact.
He is.
But he's like he's a veteran coach, and he's kind of no I feel like he's
nonsense.
Yeah, like no nonsense, like almost like how you talked about Corey Seager and Marcus Simeon, like the people that have just been around a long time and they know what it's going to take to win and they want to be a leader and they don't necessarily want to go off one way or the other too far. They're going to stay on the straight and narrow, right? That's at least what I've noticed. We had the Stars Christmas party over the weekend, which was really fun. It was just a lot of time. Well, for all of the years ahead of this, it's been like the whole front office and then
all of the years ahead of this.
Stop. You're mean. You do the show. You really do the show.
Oh,
you do the show.
She's tired and grumpy, everyone.
All of the years prior to this? What did you say earlier?
I've said a lot of things.
Yes, we'll get there with our author.
I thought we could. I don't know. I thought we could joke with each other. We can't. No joking. No joking allowed. Fine. You do your segments. I'll do my segments, and then there's no interaction. No joking. I'm kidding. All of the years ahead of this.
All of the years ahead of this.
No,
it's not wrong.
It's not wrong at all.
It just is a weird way to say it.
I was just trying to bust your balls.
But it's not wrong.
It's not wrong. It's not wrong. You're definitely
every year prior to this, they've had the whole front office, and this year it was just the hockey ops and the players, so it was like a lot smaller, but it was cool. It was like more intimate. And it was. I don't remember why I was telling you this. No, there was no booze.
What?
It was interesting. So this is just the family skating party.
Okay.
Yeah. But in the past with all the front office, they'd done it more in like an evening kind of thing and there was booze. But I think just because of the timing of it, because the Stars played the next day game.
Yeah.
So I feel like it was a pretty noble decision from Jim Nill.
Yes.
Just to say, no, let's just do a party without the booze. And it was cute. The players all sat down and decorated gingerbread houses and like worked really hard on it. And I took a picture of Jamie's because I thought it was really good. He had like a little 14 on his front door of his gingerbread house with his jersey number. But no, I met Wyatt Johnston, who's the 18-year-old on the Stars team.
Oh my God.
He was walking up with Joe Pavelski's son, who has got to be like, I don't know, 12 or something like that. And I was like, oh, there's two like kids. It's like Joe Pavelski's son must have brought one of his friends. And I was like, and then Kelly started talking to him, and then he said something. I was like, oh my God, that's Wyatt Johnston, like the rookie that the Stars have, who's playing so well right now. It's just a baby. But he was so cute. He sat there and like
18
chatted with Ryder for a long time. I got their pictures. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's insane. Crazy. It's insane. But yeah, they have a really good young team. They're playing really well, and it's a lot of fun right now.
And how I don't really want to talk about the Mavs because they're so frustrating.
I don't either. You're gonna make fun of me.
They're not good. Stop. Can you break the news of what their record is? The Dallas Mavericks?
No,
you can't. Mm-mm. What if I give you like a minute? What if I vamp over here for a second? Because I feel like it's important for our listeners to know
the record.
I mean, I feel like people listen to our podcast to find out, the records of our local sports teams. And I don't want anyone to turn away from the mom game because we don't have the record.
Oh, tell everybody about our shirts.
The Mavs record. Oh yeah. So we've got some new shirts available. Speaking of sports, they're very matter of fact. They basically just say sports, and they come in a variety of colors and sizes and shapes. And
there's a triangle. There's a hexagon.
Yeah. My favorite is the octagon. The powder blue octagon sports shirt is my favorite.
Yeah.
But yeah, check them out. Go get one. They say, I need to order one.
I know I do too. Well, hopefully we'll get some.
Well, we should arrange this.
We should arrange this. Let's talk to our people. So they're cool because they're just generic.
They're super generic.
And it's kind of making fun of like, maybe you don't know much about sports, but you want to go and you want to participate.
Yeah. Sports. We got it.
Yes. The Mavericks are 12 and 11.
Oh, breaking news. That is our breaking and 11.
News. Yep.
That's a really shitty record 23 games in.
Yeah, it is. They play in Denver tonight.
They need to be better. Not tonight. This show doesn't air for 2 days.
Okay.
So, yeah.
They play
in every game
night.
In every game before.
Well, the record is going to be way different when this airs too. So we already
excellent point. So we fucked this whole thing up.
The jig is up.
All right. Well, okay. Moving on now.
You thought we shot this show live.
Yeah,
we don't.
Sorry about you.
Except for Friday.
Huh?
We will.
Friday we will be.
We're gonna be live,
I'm excited. Okay. TMG News Desk brought to us by a couple of our favorite sponsors. Bottle Rover. Noble Vines, and Herman Marshall because they're all kind of related.
They're all in the booze family.
So all in the booze family. So let's talk first of all about Herman Marshall. You're getting into whiskey a little bit. And I feel like I've got friends now. I had a gathering at my house last night and people were checking out Mike's whiskey collection, of which Herman Marshall is included. And I feel like chicks are starting to dig the whisk.
Chicks are starting to dig the whisk.
Yeah.
We talked about the hot toddy, how that is. You got to find a nice, like, warm drink in this cold weather. And I've been using Herman Marshall whiskey to make little hot toddies.
Little whiskey, little honey, little lemon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's good if you're not feeling well either.
Yeah.
I need to make Mike one. Mike's sick. It sucks. Okay.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's tons of whiskeys out there. And what I love is anybody that I introduce this particular one to, Herman Marshall, they love it. It is good. It's different. It's award winning. It's a small batch whiskey that's patiently aged in new white oak barrels. I went to the distillery. I saw those barrels. They're not lying. There's some big old barrels there making their whiskey. That includes their Texas bourbon, Texas rye, Texas single malt, and blended bourbon whiskey. They won a gold medal for best small batch bourbon at the International Whiskey Competition. And they're just really good people. We love them.
We love them.
They're building a brand new distillery in Wiley, Texas, and we're planning a big event there with our Dub Network. They're
in the spring.
Proud sponsors of the Dub Network. So we're going to be out there in the spring. We'll make sure to tell you guys about it. But they're just kind of wanting to change the game when it comes to whiskey. They have a really good whiskey and they're doing some really cool things like creating this venue, and it's going to be a fun place to go with your family and hang out. So we love you, Herman Marshall, and think about them when you're shopping for the holidays.
Absolutely. We love whiskey and we love wine, particularly Noble Vines wine, which aims to bring out the best in wine and people. Their legacy is unprecedented. They have a number on each bottle, which represents a superior vine stock that over centuries has been proven to produce exceptional wine. And I can vouch for this. I love the Noble Vines Sauvignon Blanc, and I love the Noble Vines Cab.
Me too. The 337?
337 Cabernet Sauvignon with its rich, full-bodied style, aromas of cherry and blackberry, and suave tannins. Invites you to share something meaningful and pour good into the world. And Noble Vines does good shit all the time.
Yes.
They helped us with the Do It for Durrett Foundation event. They are always looking to help. We're talking to them with the Komen Foundation, an event with them. They really do want to not just make good wine, but they want to do good things. They're a proud supporter of No Kid Hungry, which is working to end child hunger in America by ensuring that all children get the healthy food they need every day to thrive. So for more information on No Kid Hungry, visit nokidhungry.org. If you want to check out Noble Vines wine, check out noblevines.com. Must be 21 or over. Please drink responsibly.
Now, the next question, how are you going to get
How are you going to get it? I don't want to go to the store.
And your whiskey.
I don't want to go to the store.
I don't have time for that. I've actually started getting my groceries delivered. It's beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I finally bought a shipped thing.
If I didn't have Miss Vicky, I would do that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't have Miss Vicky, and I did that. And I'm also going to continue to do that for my booze. Because if I don't have time to go to the grocery store, I sure as hell don't have time to go to the liquor store. And that's somewhere I don't necessarily want to bring my kids into with me. So that's why we use our friends Bottle Rover. If you don't have the Bottle Rover app yet on your phone, get your phone out right now, search for that in the App Store, download it, and you'll see how easy and turnkey this app is. You can get whatever kind of wine, beer, spirits, liquor that you're looking for. They will find a local liquor store near you, and they will do all the dirty work. They will go in, they will shop, they will bring it straight to your door and make everything super duper easy. It's wonderful. You hear that doorbell ring, you open the door, and there's some tequila. It's awesome. It's like Santa Claus for moms.
It is like Santa Claus for moms and dads. Oh, thank you, Bottle Rover.
Thank you, Bottle Rover. We love you.
We do love you. Okay, so newsy stuff today. Where are we going with this? Are we doing the Amy Robach stuff?
Let's hit that real quick.
Okay. So I'm not really following this. I'm not a big morning show person. I'm not a big television person unless it's sports. So what's happening on Good Morning? What is Good Morning America? Is it 3?
Good Morning America 3.
What is that? Is there a 2 and a 1? I'm so confused.
So no, I think the Today Show did this where they like have their third hour show. And I think it must be their like answer to the Today Show one. I don't know. It's the third hour of Good Morning America.
Okay.
GMA 3. But Amy Robach has also been on the first hour. She's been on the big GMA for a long time.
Okay.
Too. But she was never a host. She was like a contributor, but she was like, had a really big role. Like she was probably next in line behind those hosts.
Okay.
So anyway, so she's been hosting the GMA 3 with her co-host TJ whatever.
Lion?
TJ Holmes.
Holmes.
So without like having anything in front of me and just trying to recall the story, basically they both are married to different people and they've been co-hosting this show together and they started banging. They've been hooking up. They've been hooking up. And they were like very out in the open with it, which was weird. They were like frolicking around New York City. They were canoodling in bars.
Canoodling. That's my favorite. I want to canoodle.
I do too.
Do I really? Actually.
It just looked like they had that feeling like this is so fun. Like we're both married and we're getting drunk during the day at a bar in New York City and we don't care who knows it. That's
canoodling.
Yeah, that's how I thought it looked like they were.
So are they like, but they were both like full on like married or not like separated?
So, no, they were both full on married, but now they're saying they were both like trying to become separated. So like they both are basically divorcing their spouses.
They got taken off the air.
And so, yeah, at first they didn't get taken off the air. Like up until last Friday, they were still broadcasting the news together side by side, like, like trying to be all professional, but like kind of they're hooking up and everyone knows it, but they weren't addressing the elephant in the room. So it was weird.
Did you watch it?
I watched one of them online. Yeah. It was like, she made some joke or he said it was last Friday and it was like, the weekend's coming. Who's ready? And she's like, I'm ready for the weekend. He was like, I'm ready for the weekend too.
Oh no.
Yeah. It was
seriously?
Yeah. It was funny.
Like, was it really like that?
Pretty much. Yeah, they had this little look in their eye, like they couldn't wait for the weekend because they don't have to pretend like they're not hooking up anymore in the weekend.
Oh, there's so many. Yeah. It's, I don't know.
It's weird.
It is.
And
weird.
then turns out like this was his second affair. He had already cheated on his wife with a producer at Good Morning America. And he was confiding in Amy Robach about that, like talking to her about his affair. And then it's like, Amy was kind of like, well, I want to get in on this action or whatever. And the wife wasn't even worried about Amy Robach because they were friends. TJ and Amy were friends. They ran marathons. They trained for marathons together. And the wife wasn't worried about her because she found out about this other affair with the producer at the news station. But then he got close to Amy. And so it was like moved on from one affair to the next. And the wife was like, oh my God, I was still trying to figure out this last affair. And now you're doing this again. Yeah. So that dude needs to not be married to this person. Like if you're having a change of heart and you want to cheat on her all the time, just effing tell her.
Right.
And just end your marriage.
Yeah. But just for it to be in such a public.
Yeah.
And working together on television.
Yeah.
But it's very Hollywood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I guess we kind of look at it differently because they're supposed to be like, you know, like more professional than like Hollywood people. Mm-hmm. Or am I reaching here? I don't know. I just feel like it's.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like people are super into this story.
Yeah, well, because if you're like, okay, so a Hollywood person, you don't really know them, right? Like you see them in movies, but this is the person they're actors. This is the person that you're listening to. If you watch the show, you listen to them every day. It's like if you listen to the radio, you feel like you know people. And if you found out that two radio hosts were like, you know, it'd be like, oh my God, this is juicy. Like, because I feel like I know them and I've heard them talk about their families and their spouses and they're posting pictures about
something going on with you and Mike Reiner. I mean,
it's just nobody was supposed to know. No, that's really funny. Absolutely not. But yeah, I think that's why people are so bought in. And I watched, if I was going to put on a morning show back before I wasn't on a radio morning show, I would always watch GMA.
You did?
And I like Amy Robach. She's the one that like found out she had breast cancer because she was showing people how easy it is to get a mammogram and she did it like for TV and then came back
They
like
found
she
out.
had it. And so she fought breast cancer and had like, a ton of support from the show and everybody that was a fan of hers or whatever. And she's doing great now post breast cancer, but that's why I liked her. And she's so cute. I think she had really short hair for a while and I watched her hair like grow back out.
Yeah,
because I
she's
did the
super
same shit
adorable.
with my hair. Yeah. I was like, man, she looks so cute with her short hair. But anyway, so I was shocked, by all of it too. And yes, they have been pulled off the air, but I think they'll get back on. I think it's like they are giving them like a week. So they're hoping like the distraction part of it will die down. But they did get a like 20 or 25% ratings boost after the news of the affair came out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
they're
because
probably
we're all
fine.
sick and twisted and want to peek in on other people's
Isn't
lives.
that weird?
It is weird.
And they said there's like no disciplinary actions coming because they are equals.
Nobody's a subordinate.
Yes.
Yeah, which makes sense. Okay, well, there's your latest GMA3 news. Okay, we have to talk about a couple things on what's on your feed, brought to us by Early Bird. Love Early Bird CBD gummies. They are actually, I just gifted some to a couple of different friends. My friend Dawn, who's having a lot of trouble sleeping. Same with my friend George. So I was like,
nice.
I had him over and we were talking about it. I was like, y'all have got to try Early Bird. Like, what does it do? Not really into the whole CBD thing. And I'm like, I promise it's CBD gummies, a hint of THC. So they just chill you out, make you relax, turn your mind off, and allow you to just relax. It doesn't necessarily like put you into a coma, a deep sleep, but it just it just gives you that little zen where it's like, okay, I can not listen to the voices and things going on in my head. I can just sit here and chill the F out and either hang out or go to sleep or whatever. But just that tiny hint of THC makes them different than just regular CBD gummies. Of course, all legal. They ship to your door. They're super fast with their turnaround times. And new users of Early Bird CBD gummies get 20% off with our very special website, which is earlybirdcbd.com/TMG. You go to that landing page, it will automatically apply that 20% discount.
Landing pad.
Check out our friends at Early Bird CBD. They have literally changed my life. I cannot live without my gummies.
I love how all of our sponsors right now are like
Stuff we
use and love and need
Yes.
and love to recommend.
Yes.
That's how this thing's supposed to go.
Absolutely. Okay, so we're going to have my author friend on a little bit in just a minute. And I know we need to talk about your author friend before, but right before that, you have to tell the story of the Enchantrum heard around the world. Because I saw what's on my feed. My feed was Julie and her family enjoying this lovely evening at Enchant. And you were being so influencery, like you were
trying really hard.
You were doing all the things, and y'all looked like you're having so much fun. And then I get this text message about with a picture of your like jeans that were like demolished, and you went on this whole rant about Anna and the fit she threw. And I woke up the next morning and I was like, Julie, just so you know, I mean, all kids are assholes. Like, just so you know. Some of them hide it better than others.
Yes.
And Anna just didn't hide it very well.
She had a moment.
What happened? You were crying to Mrs. Claus. You have cried in the last week, didn't you? Were you not? You didn't actually
tears
cry.
in my eyes.
Tears in the eyes to Mrs. Claus. Oh my God.
The event ended with me being consoled by an elf and Mrs. Claus.
God, why didn't we have a picture?
That's why I had to tell y'all. It wasn't to be like, guess what happened? It was like, y'all, this is kind of funny. Like, Anna had a tantrum and I ended up being saved by an elf.
I needed the picture of you being consoled by an elf and Mrs. Claus. I needed that because I had a visual in my head, but I have a feeling it wasn't near as good as the actual visual.
Yeah, I did have the picture. I can post it with this show.
The jeans.
The jeans.
I mean, you look like you've been through a fucking war.
I know. I probably shouldn't post it though, but yeah, I have the picture of Anna talking to Mrs. Claus because there was a point where I was like, all right, Mrs. Claus, can you help? Like, this girl's losing her ass,
in over
and
my
you're
head
the
here.
only one that can save me. So she went and sat on Mrs. Claus's lap, and they like were having this heart to heart, and Anna was explaining. Okay, so the long story short, so Enchant asked me to like be an influencer and go to Enchant, and I was very excited because we don't get asked I'm not an influencer really. But if somebody asks, and especially somebody that like I really want to support or that I want to go and I want to check these things out, you all know I'm a big Christmas dork and sign up for all the Christmas kid stuff. What?
We're tight on time.
Oh, okay. Well, I could always tease it for next week.
Okay. Christmas drama.
The Enchantress heard round the world,
yes,
where Julie ended up being consoled by an elf and Mrs. Claus.
Yes.
It was a good one. It was a good one. And I'm just thankful that the elf was there. Thank you, Mrs. Peppermint. But real quick, we are going to get to the author friend of yours because this is our mom game book club yep. episode. But I have an author friend as well, and it's actually one of my good friend's daughters has released a book. It is called Here Comes Football. It's a kid's guide to the game, and Berkeley Hoover is the author. She's 11 years old, and her dad is a quarterbacks coach, and I've known her mom, Kara, for a really long time, since college. She's one of my best college girlfriends. But he coached like Drew Lock. Like he's very involved in the NFL world now. And she grew up watching him coach. And so she got really into football. And I love a good girl, especially at age 11, that's really into football and is like, hey, I want to write a book about football to teach other kids who may be interested in the game. And she has excerpts from NFL players, NFL coaches, and I have a quick little news story just to show you all about this book, Here Comes Football by Berkeley Hoover, that we're going to play here now.
My book's about football.
Well, that's a pretty popular subject in our area.
It has history, it has facts, it has a glossary.
Yep, Here Comes Football, hitting the shelves this holiday season. And here's the kicker. The author, a 9-year-old Kansas City girl.
The hardest part was probably getting me to do it.
We all been there. Berkeley has grown up around football. Her dad is a coach. And after years of watching football with him, she decided to write a book.
He really, inspired me.
The idea caught the eye of local writer David Schmell, who jumped in to help her get it published.
I was intrigued that a young girl would be able to do it.
Berkeley even interviewing former players for
Mike Vrabel and Trent Dilfer.
Football's brought us together.
Berkeley says it's a book for anyone that wants to know more about the sport of football.
She's always been interested and loves football, and she's been around players her whole life.
Berkeley plays football and loves watching the Chiefs, but when she told her friends she was going to write a book about football,
they were shocked and they didn't know what to say.
Well, who's doing the end zone celebrating now?
I think any football fan can probably gain something from and enjoy as they read it.
In Kansas City, Alan Shope, KMBC 9 News.
So Here Comes Football. That is the book by Berkeley Hoover. We're going to have some of those books to give away here in the coming weeks. And this is also going to be included on our mom game gift guide that we are working on. And we'll go from one book to another. We have another author friend on this mom game book club edition. And let's hear from her now.
And it is guest time. And I'm so excited to have noted author Celestina Blok and friend of mine in studio with us today. You've just wrote a really cool new book. It's not roted?
It's okay.
Okay. No, you just wrote. You just have written a new book.
There you go.
Here we go. All right, we're off to a great start. You wrote a new book called 100 Things to Do in Fort Worth Before You Die.
Long title, yes.
Yes, but it's super, super cool. And I know you've been working on this for a long time. And you're kind of like a woman about town. Like whenever I want to know I need to try a new place for dinner,
right,
or where can we go get drinks? You're always the person
yes,
I reach out to.
Yes.
So let's talk first of all about how you kind of got started along this writing journey and like lifestyle type stuff.
Right. Way before social media, way before the word influencer, I was writing about food and restaurants in Fort Worth and like things to do, probably about 15 years now. And so the opportunity for this book came about last summer. And I can't take credit for the idea. The publisher actually was looking for a writer for this title. And they had Fort Worth on their radar. And I knew I couldn't say no because I thought it'd be super fun. And so started working on it last summer and it came out just this fall.
Yeah, and it's such a great gift idea. I gave one to my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law for just a little fun sussy.
Yeah.
And it's just, especially if you know, even if don't live in Fort Worth, if I know a lot of people, just come and spend the day if they live in Dallas or the surrounding areas or whatever. Julie, I know you guys have done that.
Yeah.
Fort Worth's a cool place.
Yeah, it's really cool. I find myself going there more and more. And so I'm glad to know I'll reference this book to figure out what I want to do on our excursions. So that's interesting. So I didn't know that it could work like that, where a publisher says, I want to make this book and I want this to be the title. Who can write it?
Right. That's the second time this has actually happened to me. So this is my second book.
Oh,
my first book was the same exact thing. It's actually part of a series of books across the country. So you'll find 100 things Denver, 100 things Chicago. And so again, Fort Worth had been on their list. And so they were researching local folks. And I was born and raised in Fort Worth. I love it. And Emily is not alone when she texts me and asks where to go. I have a lot of friends that actually, where do we go now? But the thing is, when people ask me, they usually want like the latest and greatest, like what's new, what's the best new. So I try to incorporate more like time honored places in here, not just all old places, but places that even locals may have forgotten about or didn't even know existed.
Yeah.
So it's considered a travel book, but also wrote it towards the local in mind as well. So,
and so, yeah, I mean, how did they find you? Like
I don't know. Someone referred maybe they saw one of my articles. I'm not sure, because I write for I've written for Fort Worth Magazine. I write for Culture Map now, Texas Highways. I'm not, honestly, I didn't even ask. They just called.
Right. That's super cool.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's why I knew I couldn't say no, because it typically doesn't work that way. You have an idea and you try to get it published.
Right.
And so I had a three-year-old about to be 4 at the time. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm going to figure out a way to write this because I know it's a cool opportunity.
Yeah.
And you get when you go out, because you're always posting about like cool places and you're at a happy hour spot or you're trying this restaurant. Are people asking you to come review their stuff?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes.
How does it work?
Well, I get a lot of press releases because I've been writing for so long. I'm actually a freelance writer. So I write right now mainly for Culture Map, which you may have seen, Dallas and Fort Worth. I get a lot of press releases. I do get invitations, but I also try to keep up as much as I can, which is really hard to do with what is now open. I do write a really cool monthly Where to Drink in Fort Worth right now. And so that'll have a theme like best happy hours or best place for Halloween cocktails. That was October. We'll do Christmas cocktails this month. So yeah, that's kind of, I try to get out there as much as I can.
So you have these like categorized, and I know you were saying you have some things that maybe we can talk through, like date night and what to do with your kids, that kind of thing. Because I know moms are always looking for ways to kill time with their kids.
Especially with school about to be out and lots of family time.
Right.
Yeah.
I do have some time killers in the book for sure. I feel like those Christmas breaks are getting longer and longer.
Yeah.
I want to say it's like 3 weeks now, maybe 20.
Oh, yeah. It's
They
going to
like,
be great.
time.
and then like they've started tacking on an extra day at the end. It'll be like 2 full weeks and a Monday, like just because.
I know.
Just for shits and giggles.
Just in case you hadn't had enough of your children.
Right. And the day before, let's make that a half day.
Yeah, right. Or 2 half days. Like, yes. Like, so, okay. So some ideas from the book for what to do with your kids over Christmas. So we think about bowling. Okay. There's a really cool bowling alley in Fort Worth called Cowtown Bowling, and it's been open since 1957. So obviously bowling is not a new idea, but this place is awesome because they open like at 9 a.m. and they serve breakfast. So if you need to like kill time in the morning, the prices are always reasonable. It's a super divey old school place. They have a full bar that's open, and they have games.
Yeah.
And so just
breakfast bowling.
Breakfast bowling.
That.
Yes, that's always
Full
fun.
bar at breakfast?
Yes, and breakfast tacos. That's just a cool place. It's been there for a long time, and people from Fort Worth may have gone when they were kids and may have forgotten that it's still there. We've taken Bo several times. My son's Bo, he's 5 now. Another one that's a good time killer, even if you just need to kill like 30 or 45 minutes, is live life in the fast lane at Rockwood Go-Karts. So this is on University, and you probably passed it a million times, like on your way to Joe T's or something, which is also in the book. But these go-karts have been there for the place has been there for 60 years, but they've recently revamped it. It's super fun. We took Bo as early as like 3 years old because they have 2-seaters, and they also have mini golf. So that's a fun, like kind of place you may forget. You can easily kill like an hour or so.
Nice.
One that's really cool that is, well, let me backtrack real quick. The things in the book, it may not be something that you do every weekend. It's something that you check off. You know, it's just like a really cool experience that may be a one-time only. And one of those is be the first in line at downtown Cowtown at the ISIS, which is a long name for a historic movie theater that's by the Stockyards. So when you are the first in line, you get to pick the movie.
Whoa. Oh,
It's a really cool one. And it's free.
Nice.
It's free. All they ask you to do is to buy a snack and a drink. So you could like literally get a popcorn and a Coke. They have a full bar. Again.
So when do they open? This is fascinating.
It's
to
so
me.
fun. It's only Sunday through Thursday that they do this. And I have the show times memorized because we've gone 11:15, 2, 5, and 8. And I feel like still people don't know this because we've gone.
I've never heard of this.
I know. Yeah. I've literally said it, and like Bo and I have gone. And they're all classics, which is great because historic theater, they're not trying to compete with like the fancy heated seats theater with the new releases. They are like, I took Bo to see Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Like, like cool 80s movies.
Forgot about that show.
Yeah.
So they have this rotating list of movies that they don't have them on their website. So you do have to go and like flip through this binder. It's super old school. But you'd see like the Ninja Turtles or like movies that maybe we saw when we were growing up on the big screen. And it's free. This beautiful theater. They actually just had the Yellowstone like season 5 premiere at this theater. So it's a great place.
Yeah.
But that's Sunday through Thursday in the Stockyards.
Okay.
Yeah.
So people like
That's a fun, but you do
fighting
have
each other to try to be first in line.
well, I feel like it's still not busy enough for that to actually happen. Like when Bo and I went, we were the only ones there. And then a couple finally came in right before the movie was going to start and they just decided to stay. So, yeah. But you do need to have like a backup plan for that one. Cause if you're not, like I say, it's like it's an older couple or something,
and they pick the movie.
Right.
How cool would that be? Like to do a birthday party there and it'd be so cheap because it's free.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
But then if you haul a bunch of like 10
Yeah. They'd probably find a way to charge you if you're bringing in
10-year-olds.
Yeah.
And then they get some dumb movie that they don't like and then they bitch the whole time. So
Yeah.
probably not a good idea.
You could call ahead and see like, hey, or how's it looking for the 2 o'clock?
Right.
Or, what do you have? Because I think they read me the movies over the phone before I packed them up and went out there.
Really cool.
Speaking of the Stockyards, super fun. If you haven't been down there lately, it's so pretty for Christmas right now. And there's a rodeo that happens every single weekend down there, every Friday and Saturday night.
I didn't realize that at the Stockyards.
It's the world's only year-round rodeo.
Oh, okay.
So that's a thing to do in the book is to go to that. And I want to say Friday nights kids are free.
Oh, cool.
So that's something else to plan
I've got
for.
family coming in from Canada
Ooh, they would
for
love
Christmas, and we always talk about going to Fort Worth, but we never do. So maybe we'll go and do that.
Yes, you should.
sounds awesome.
The rodeo was super fun, and they just opened an ice skating rink in the Stockyards. It's outdoors. It's got like chandeliers. It's beautiful. Everything down there is beautiful right now for Christmas. The lights.
Yeah.
Hotel Drover is a new hotel that
Yes,
just
I've been
opened.
there.
Drover's amazing.
Yes.
So pretty.
So that is also a thing.
So inexpensive.
Yes, so cheap. Yes, but you can go.
You can go and just hang out.
You can go and like hang out. In the book, every 100 things, nothing is just go here or go there. It's do this thing at this place. So again, be the first in line at the movie
It's like the
theater.
pro tips.
Right. Or wait in line at Joe T's with a margarita, which is not like a new thing, but it's like a rite of passage for Fort Worthans. Yeah.
You've got to go to Joe. I mean, you've been to Joe T's.
Yeah, I have. I haven't been in a while. I'd love to go again.
So good.
Yeah.
It's so good. The
So you
margaritas
wait
are
in
so good.
line for a table?
Well,
with a
there's
marg?
typically a
Usually.
line, but it's like the thing to do is folks have like pictures of margaritas in line.
And then
so it
you
makes
just
it more
like find
fun.
a place to sit or something?
No,
and
you wait for them to
have
tell you.
stand in line.
It's
Or
kind
if you know someone,
Oh, like
fire off a
Emily.
text.
Yeah.
of, that's always
I
good
need
too.
to, yeah, I need to go through you, I guess.
I made friends with a certain someone at Starbucks when I used to go to this certain Starbucks before we moved a long time ago, and he was a Rangers fan, and so we exchanged information. And so if he needs tickets
Yeah.
or
And you
or
need
a
a
ball at the
table.
game, then we kind of just we work it out that way.
works out well.
Yeah, it's
Perfect.
fun. Yeah, and it's gorgeous. I mean, Joe T's is so beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's so fun every time you go.
There's also itineraries in the book. So
Oh.
if your family is coming, you
Yes.
can look and see like a taste of Fort Worth in a day or a family-friendly day.
cool. Okay, I'm
That's in the
gonna
back.
do this.
Yeah,
I'm
and you have a book.
convinced.
You have a book there. and
Yes,
this is Emily's
thank you for the book.
Yeah, so those are just a few little ideas. Obviously, the Fort Worth Zoo. The thing to do at the zoo is welcome a newborn at the Fort Worth Zoo because they're always having, like, there's a new baby gorilla right now. There's a new baby giraffe.
Yeah.
There's still the baby elephant Brazos. So not just go to the zoo, but check out the newborns.
Right.
There are some outdoorsy things that are free. There's a beautiful park called Marion Sansom Park, and it's got 11 miles of trails that you can hike down. This is really cool.
Where is
We did
this?
this during COVID, like when the spring break that never ended.
Yeah.
We were there like so much.
Where is it?
Okay, it's going to be off of Jack Sparrow Highway it's inside the loop of 820 though. And
So crazy.
it's so random, but it's beautiful. And a lot of people do know about it because there's a lot of mountain bikers that go there.
Yeah.
So you hike down and the thing to do is witness the waterfall at Marion Sansom Park. So there's waterfalls down there. So Bo was like 2, going to be 3. And we hiked down that thing. He called it the mountain. But it's something to do. Check off there.
There's
It's
a
beautiful.
mountain in Fort Worth.
Yeah. I mean, well, to a 2-year-old, it was a mountain.
Okay. Yeah. It would probably be a mountain to me at this point in my life too. Okay. What about like date night? So that's some great stuff for the kids. What about like, let's get a sitter and tear it up.
Tear it up.
Tear it up on date night.
Something that's happening right now, actually, it's so fun. I feel like people don't know about. You may have heard of Casa Mañana, which is, you think of that as like a theater for kids, like there's plays. They have a separate theater that's called the Reed Cabaret Theater. And I know the word cabaret sounds like it's a risque thing.
like it.
Yeah. But I mean, they have these really super fun shows. And it's like super loungy. There's little tables with candles of like 2 tops and 4 tops and booth seating. It's super small. And these performers do these tributes. And they're like Broadway performers because a lot of the shows in New York, they were having a hard time finding work. They have a very talented performers. Right now, it's Nat and Natalie. So it's like a Nat King Cole and Natalie Cole Christmas tribute. It is the most fun. That's either good for a date night or like a girls group or a friends group out.
Fun.
It is it is a ball.
Is it every night?
I want to say this show is running through December 17th.
Okay.
Except for Sundays and Mondays.
Okay.
And I would never have known about it. And we did last year was Nashville Country Christmas there. I promise you, everyone I've told has had a ball. Another one is this Magdalena's Supper Club.
I
which
love
familiar
Magdalena's,
with
yeah.
that. So that's a fun, unique date night thing where you're not actually going to a restaurant, but it's like a pop-up multi-course dinner event. It's kind of fancy, but it's in a little hidden, beautiful
And so like
area.
different chefs will
No, it's actually the same chef.
Okay.
He is a very talented chef named Juan Rodriguez, and he comes up with this menu, and these reservations open up, and they usually book pretty quickly.
Okay.
And it's BYOB.
Cool.
So, but they do give you a cocktail upon arrival. So that's fun. Let's see here. Oh, something a little bit, well, you may not want to do this, but if you're looking for something like a little bit off the radar, play golf after dark at the Benbrook Par 3 golf course. I've done that with Josh. It was so fun. It's the only lit, it's like 9 holes. And it's just like, I mean, if you don't have kids or you don't, want to do something different. That was fun.
Pack your own cooler.
So it's open at night?
It is. Yeah. So it's lit and it's fun. A rooftop bar tour. Fort Worth has a lot of rooftop bars right now.
I haven't been to one of them.
There's one in the Stockyards, super, almost like a 360 view. It's super fun. There's one downtown called the Sinclair. So those are fun. Go on a rooftop bar tour. And then take a glass blowing class at Seneca Studios. That's another. There's a glass blowing place on Magnolia Avenue. It's been there for a long time, actually, and they have classes. So these are just unique, different ideas. Obviously, there's dinner spots in there. The book is broken out not just by restaurant. It's broken out by restaurants, music, and entertainment. And some of them, are just like summer, seasonal.
Yeah.
So
this looks great.
There's one more I need to mention is take Sunday dance lessons at the Stagecoach Ballroom. That is a ball. I've had a birthday party there. I've had Christmas party there. And this Divey Dance Hall is one of the oldest dance halls in Texas. And it's just north of downtown. People think of the Stockyards when they think of that type of thing. But this place was there before Billy Bob's. And they have this like ballroom instructor that comes and teaches these dance lessons, these sweet dance lessons on Sunday afternoons. It's so fun. And then a band comes on.
Oh,
and then it's like an afternoon thing. It's so fun. Even with like a couple's.
Dance lessons are fun.
Yeah.
We learned, we did a few before our wedding, and then it's like you never do it again. You never,
Yeah,
and it's
like
a
We
really
didn't
fun.
do dance lessons we didn't do a dance. We just like,
You didn't do a dance at all?
We danced.
just did
I
a
just think
thing.
we like rocked back and forth and twirled around. I don't know. It wasn't.
we really tried to dance, so we did some dance lessons, but that was fun. And then you never think about doing it again.
Yeah.
Just check it off the list.
Yeah.
What was your first dance? What was your song?
Whatever It Is by Zach Brown Band.
Okay.
Got whatever it is, blows you away every time I
I don't know that song.
That's sweet. I know it.
whatever. You know it? Yeah, thank you. I'm like, am I singing the wrong thing?
No,
here?
I just don't know. What was yours?
Ours was Stevie Ray Vaughan, Pride and Joy. It was like a little more upbeat.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. It's an
I don't know that one. Sing it for me.
Oh God, it's like she's my pride and joy. It was like that one.
She's my sweet little thing.
Yeah, I'm her little. We wanted it to be like not
Okay.
like sappy romantic. We like
yeah.
wanted just upbeat. Like we walked into it.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
fun.
that's cute.
We kind of bounced around.
That's super cute.
What was yours, Em?
Mine was David Gray, This Year's Lovin'. It's super slow. And I had never, Mike for some reason had a,
That's cute.
yeah.
But he picked
She
it?
is loving, it'll last.
Uh-huh.
He did pick it. Yeah. I like it. And I like that it was different and, you know,
Yeah.
it wasn't, at last, my love. Come along. Okay. Y'all want to do some more singing?
That's enough. for
Okay.
today.
Anything else? Any other parting words of advice for us?
How can
Celestina,
people
when
find
we
your
get-
book?
Yes.
Yes, thank you for asking that. So the book is in bookstores, Barnes & Noble, Amazon, TCU Bookstore, but I would love folks to go to 100 Things Fort Worth on Instagram, 100
Okay.
Things Fort Worth, because at that link you can order directly from me and I will like personalize and sign copies and mail them out. And it's a little
awesome.
bit cheaper that way.
Yes.
For the
Perfect.
consumer.
For the
too.
consumer. Yeah.
Yes.
And
so
you get more of it. I mean, let's be real.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean
it's
that's the most
bookstore-
I learned from the first
Big
book.
Pharma's
Yeah.
not taking money.
Big Pharma.
I heard the Big Pharma.
You do not want, you do not want Big Pharma
Nope.
taking Celestina's money.
No.
Damn it.
Yes.
So go to
Exactly.
100 Things Fort Worth on Instagram. Hit up our girl. Order
Yes.
a book. Perfect gift. Like such a great gift for anyone in your life. Anyone who ever plans to go to Fort Worth or lives
Yep.
in Fort Worth or anything like that.
I'm all over this.
Super proud of you.
Yeah.
I think
y'all
it's so
so
awesome.
much.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. Thanks so much for being with us.
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay, if you've listened to the Mom Game or watched the Mom Game, you know the way we end our show. We throw up the peace signs, you look into your camera, and you say Mom Game out. Are we ready?
Ready.
In 3, 2, 1. Mom Game
Game
out.
out.